What up, what up, what up? Hey, quick rant. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. I'm so disappointed, man. I went to my local cycle gear and I wanted to inquire about something. So for the last, probably for the last week, I've been looking for better options when it comes to my safety, right? I've been looking at different safety options as far as like wearables, whether it's armored hoodies, armored jeans, things of that nature. I have boots, I have gloves, I have a helmet, which I do want to get rid of pretty soon here. But I have those things and I was trying to really figure out like what I'm really comfortable with. I think I would feel fine with the armor hoodie, but I don't feel necessarily like too safe in it, but just by itself. Go figure, because I ride in a regular hoodie most times anyway. But I've been looking and I really fell in love with the new Alpinestars Tech 5 plasma airbag system. And I've been watching like several video reviews on it, Chase on Two Wheels, Double Moto, I believe there was a couple of other ones, and quite a bit of other ones. I've been also trying to look at other people, see how they actually work, how they felt about them. So I'm pretty sold on it, right? I'm pretty sold on it. So I was first looking at Speed Addicts, because I'm usually shopping at Speed Addicts anyway. Price wasn't so bad with all the taxes. It goes from like almost $130 to like with taxes is like $198 or $196 or something like that. My boy told me to go to Revzilla. Revzilla has pretty good deals, and they have the military discount, which Speed Addicts doesn't officially have, but Speed Addicts did. I reached out to them and they did give me a 5% military discount, but it was like 10 brands that were excluded from using that discount. So I was just like, okay, well, this is pointless. And then obviously cycle gear. We do have a cycle gear here in San Antonio. We have another cycle gear in Houston. And so they had the system. I decided to compare with cycle gear. They always say that they do price matching. So I went to Revzilla and, I got everything in the cart. I did my government X identification thing, like verification thing. And surprisingly, Revzilla has a really good discount. Almost $42. It's like $41 discount for their military discount. Of course, with the taxes is like, crazy, $64 or whatnot. But all in all, through Revzilla, it comes out to $851.53. Not bad. It's not too much more that you're spending over the listed price of $829 or $830. But cycle gear, man, cycle gear, I knew it was too good to be true. On their website, they have their military discount for their exclusive brands, 20% off if you come in store and you have your military ID. Cool. I was like, that's dope. 10% if it's a third party brand. Oh, that's really good. And then 5% for, I don't even know, all other things or whatnot. But I called and I was like, hey, I see you guys have the Tech Air 5 plasma. You know what I mean? Like, what's the price? Blah, blah, blah. And they told me the price. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Is Alpinestars one of your exclusive brands? He said, yeah. Come in, check it out. So I checked it out and everything was fine until it was checkout time. And I pull out my ID and I'm like, hey, it's my ID. He said, well, we're not currently offering military ID on this product. I was like, why? He basically said, well, this price has already been marked down. It's already a marked down item, so you can't stack discounts on top of it. And I was just like, that's weird, because every other vendor has it listed at like basically the same price. He was like, oh, that's strange. So I showed him and I'm like, there it is. I was like, you told me that Alpinestars was an exclusive brand. He was like, well, I mean, it's not necessarily an exclusive brand. It's just one of the exclusive brands that we carry. So I might have misspoke. And I was just like, oh boy. All right, man. I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm good. All right. I was like, I'm good. So I go back home and get back online, and I'm like, you know what, this is crazy. So I get online with the tech support, and I start asking the people too, and they were like, no, Alpinestars is not an exclusive brand. So, you know, you wouldn't get that 20% off, and you would get at least 10% or 5% in store because it is a third party. But she says to me, none of those military discounts will apply to this to Alpinestars. So I was just like, what? Okay. So as I'm on the website, and I'm like, okay, I see that they do have a GovX verification thing. So I add it to the cart, do the GovX thing, boom, it gives me a discount. So I'm typing to her and I'm like, well, I just put everything in the cart, did my GovX verification, and it's giving me a discount. You just told me that there isn't a discount. The store told me that there was supposed to be a 20% discount. I was like, it's very, very confusing. And she was like, well, I don't really know. Sorry for the confusion. Like, I'm not sure why it's doing that, blah, blah, blah. And so I was just like, you know what, man? I'm just gonna go to another vendor, man. So I'm probably just gonna end up buying this thing off of Revzilla. It's just, I don't know. The whole thing left me pretty salty, man. So, you know, Cycle Gear, usually, like I said, they're here in town, and, you know, it's a big kind of a spot where everybody kind of meets up all the time. But, you know, I've had this issue before buying little things from there. Sometimes it's like they will honor the military discount. Sometimes they won't. It's like, it's really, I don't know. It's just really, really bad. And it seems like no matter what you find in there, they never want to give you the full 20% at all. So I went to the website again to just double check, like, okay, is Alpinestars an exclusive brand? It wasn't listed under the exclusive brand. So the guy misspoke, but there were other brands on there that I was just like, wait a minute. I bought that in store and they didn't give me a 20% discount. And so at this point, man, I'm just kind of salty with Cycle Gear, dude. Like, I can't do it anymore, man. So I think from now on, it sucks because I hate buying stuff exclusively online when it comes to like big items like helmets, jackets, and things of that nature, because that's when Cycle Gear comes in really handy. If you have one in your area, you go in and I can literally try it on and be like, okay, this fits good or it doesn't fit good. You know, especially with gloves. Gloves are from one manufacturer to the other, completely different. So I found that out the hard way. And that's why I just started buying my stuff there, because you can try stuff on. So, you know, it kind of sucks that I got to use Revzilla and, you know, Speed Addicts. Not because they have bad service, it's because, you know, for example, my helmet is a 2X and I have HJC. So it's like, if I get a 2X in a different manufacturer, is it going to be the same? You know what I mean? I just don't like playing that game. I've already had to play the game a couple times with Speed Addicts. Stuff comes in, damn, it doesn't fit, gotta send it back. It's like, it just sucks, man. It just sucks because you waste so much time. You waste so much time. Whereas if you could just walk into your local Cycle Gear or something, you know what I mean, you could be able to find it. Now, there are dealerships around here that also sell gear and helmets and stuff, but you know, they just don't really have the selection that I'm looking for, and they don't really necessarily carry budget helmets. You know what I mean? Sub $500 helmets are very rare when you go to like a dealership. Usually they're trying to charge you, you know, it's like $450 and up, you know, when you go to like a dealership or something like that. AKA the stealership. So I kind of avoid those, and you can usually find better deals online anyway. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna be back to online shopping. Anyways, that's my rant for today. Where do you guys shop? Who do you guys trust? Again, usually if you hear me shouting out any stores, I'm usually shouting out Speed Addicts. They don't even have an affiliate code, but dang, I asked them that too. I was like, do y'all have like some kind of affiliate program? Because I love buying y'all stuff, and I would love to, you know, make some commission off of it if I could send people y'all's way, but apparently they don't. I don't think STG has one either. I use them a lot for bike parts. Kind of have different shops for different things that I like. So it looks like Revzilla, I'm probably going to give them a shot because, like I said, they had the best discount, and we'll see where it goes from there. But, you know, hopefully hopefully. I wish there was a KYT dealer here in town because I really like KYT helmets. I just want to avoid not having to send it back to get a different size. So I'm going to try my best to measure my head again and try to go by the sizing chart. But anyways, let me know who you guys use, who you trust. You know, if you've had this issue with cycle gear in your area before, like I said, usually cycle gear, the biggest cycle gear is in Houston, or sorry, Katy. Basically, it's in Houston, and it's huge. It's like a little mall. It's like a Toys R Us for bikers. It's pretty big. The one we have here in town is really, really small, but you know, the people in there are usually nice and welcoming and stuff like that, but I was just completely turned off by what seemed to be their non-willingness to give discounts that they promote. So anyways, it is what it is. Peace.